So right now, the show Vikings on the History Channel is like what jam, and I totally fashioned my hair from that. So, anyways, back to this video. This is going to be another manga probe video. In today's manga probe video, I will be doing a manga tag that I made up myself.
So I think this is an all-time record. 2 tag videos in one day. Okay, so another tag video that I was tagged in. This time from BriBookReviews. Somebody just recently subscribed to. I'll put a link to her channel in the description below. Really good channel, really interesting stuff, very interesting, engaging videos, and I highly recommend you guys watch her. Okay, so a few questions here. So I'm just gonna fire away. Question 1. What was the first manga you ever read? That would be, I can put it out right here, Volume 8 of Dragon Ball Z. First volume of manga I ever read and ever had bought for me. This is the first ever volume of manga that I ever owned back when I was 14, which, yeah, it's not when I first started reading manga though. I had some single issues of manga, but this is the first tankobon release manga I ever read, so that's that. Okay, so what manga are you currently reading? That would be Buddha by Osamu Tezuka. I'm currently on volume 4, so that's halfway through the series, because I mean, originally in Japan, it's a 15-volume long series, but they've compiled it into 8 volumes for the English language release, so the volumes are a little bit thicker. So yeah, I'm halfway through Buddha. Great series. What is your favourite and least favourite genre to read from? Give reasons for each. I guess if you could say ecchi was a genre. I don't really like ecchi, so I have to agree with you on that. You know, I don't really like fan service. I don't know if it was that question you said. You really don't like fan service and ecchi or harem. I guess I'm the same. Harem I can stand. You know, I've checked out a few harems. You know, from in my time of anime watching. You know, I used to watch like a lot of the Tenchi series back in the day. But modern day harem and modern day ecchi, or just ecchi in general, you know, I can't really stomach that. It's just too in your face. You know, it's too sexualized, and you know, I don't know. I'm not going to be a, you know, I don't know. What would you even say? A feminist, and say, oh, it's degrading to women. I mean, I guess, you know, from a certain perspective, I guess you could say it is. But you know, that's not something I'm well versed in knowing. I don't know the feminist manifesto word for word, so I'll leave that there. I don't really like ecchi. I don't really read much sports. I'm not really a sporty person. That's not to say I dislike sport. It's just something that I haven't really explored. You know, but there are a few sports series that I am wanting to get into, like Cross Game. Slam Dunk. I actually have Reel by Takehiko anyway, which is about wheelchair basketball. And yeah, just a various few other series that, you know, I really want to get into, you know, sports wise. I really like thrillers. I like horrors. I'm very adventurous when it comes to my reading, so there isn't a particular set genre that I'll kind of, you know, gravitate towards. If I'm feeling good, then I'll read an adventure or a slice of life. If I'm wanting something a little bit deeper and darker, I'll read a thriller or a horror, or you know, something like that. I like comedies. I like anything really. If it's got a good story and it's well written, you know, guaranteed I will enjoy it. Do you prefer buying manga or reading it online? I think that's pretty much, you know, a given really. Obviously, you know, I really much prefer reading manga online. You know, I absolutely, you know, I love supporting scan-later sites. You know, screw the industry. You know, screw all them, you know, hard-working mangaka. I'd rather just read it for free, you know, of course. But yeah, realistically, obviously, I like having a physical copy of a manga, even on, like, you know, legal, you know, sites, you know, like, or like just like Kindle manga. I don't really like reading things digitally. It doesn't come across as very authentic. I like, you know, it sounds weird, kind of perverted, but you know, I like the kind of smell of the pages when you're reading a book. Maybe you can relate to that, being, you know, an avid book reader yourself. But yeah, I prefer to have the physical release. Next question. Pick a series that has been turned into an anime. Shouldn't be hard. Did the anime do the manga justice? Why or why not? I'll go with the most recent series I've watched, and that was Parasite and Maxim, which is basically an anime transition from you know, manga, one of my all-time favorite manga. Did it do the manga justice? Yes and no. The manga has a more horror sort of element to it, a more body horror element to it, while the anime series opts out for more action oriented kind of drama sort of thing like that, I guess you could say. I like the anime, but I still much prefer the original source material, the manga. But you know, it was a good adaptation. You know, Madhouse did a good job with it, so yeah. There's, you know, positives and negatives to the series, I guess. You know. Next question. Has manga ever inspired you to pick up a new hobby? What is it? Ooh, that's a tough question. Oh, I don't know. Well, I did read Battle Royale, and you know, I just had the urge to start killing my classmates. You know, that was a pretty cool hobby I picked up, but it was short-lived. You know, because I went on the run. So you know, that's not something I'd probably pick up. That was kind of just like, you know, just like a fleeting moment hobby. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Reading Bakuman really got me back into my drawing. You know, for a short while. You know, because that's basically a how-to guide for you know, drawing manga, I guess you could say. Yeah, I kind of got into drawing manga, not just drawing generally, but drawing manga. Manga isn't something that I've always kind of gravitated towards in terms of drawing, but within like the last, say, 5-6 years, you know, my art style has become very oriented towards the manga style. So yeah, I guess drawing, but you know, drawing was already one of my hobbies anyway, so you know, I'm not really too sure with that. You know, in terms of actually, you know, manga influencing me in my day-to-day activities, you know, that's not something, you know, that really happens with me, because I already have my sort of set activities. You know, if I enjoy something, it's probably something that's been recommended from a friend, or I'll do it with friends. You know, reading manga is a hobby in and of itself, so you know, manga is a form of escape. It's probably something you can relate with. You know, reading books. You know, just reading books is an escape. So I don't know, taking something from a manga and implementing that in my real life, it's not something that really happens with me. If you could cosplay any manga character, who would you choose and why? Cosplaying is probably not something I would really do. I have thought of it from time to time. I wouldn't be, you know, massively outlandish with my costume or anything like that. Though I do think Don Quixote Doflamingo from One Piece, who you might not know because he did say you're only up to the Baroque Works arc, but Google that guy. I guess you could say maybe I could pull him off with his, I don't know, pink feathery coat. Next question. Favorite fictional world? Pretty much any shonen magical world, or any shonen world that features any sort of supernatural ability. You know, the One Piece world. I'd love to be in the One Piece world. I was actually in a live stream recently with one of my friends, Sun Wukong, and we were discussing this exact same question. And we were both talking about how cool it would be to be in the Gundam universe and be a Gundam pilot. You know, it'd probably suck, but you know, from an outside perspective, it sounds pretty cool. You know, basically space battles with giant robots. You know, it's a man thing, I suppose. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, being a Gundam pilot. I'd like to be in the Pokemon universe. I'm not a massive fan of Pokemon, and I've never really played the games or anything like that, but I remember watching the anime as a kid, and it just seems so carefree. You know, there's not really, you know, such a child-friendly environment, which sounds totally weird. But yeah, I'd like to be in the Pokemon world. The Dragon Ball Z world would be just totally awesome. More specifically, Planet Namek. I'd love to go to Planet Namek, even though there's practically nothing there but green skies and blue grass and lots of ocean. But yeah, as for anything else, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably just those worlds. I'd probably just go with those, which is the penultimate question. If you could have any manga magical abilities, which one would you choose? I probably agree with you on the Devil Fruit basis. I did comment on your video that I would like to be a low gear user, with basically an elemental user, so it can be like sand, lightning, darkness, what else are low gear? It's fire, lava, ice, you know, those kind of abilities. You know, you couldn't really be water because, you know, that's kind of a contradiction right there because you can't swim anyway. But yeah, I mean, I think I'd like to be a devil fruit user, but I think that'd be a little bit too overpowering. I don't know, like ninjutsu would be cool. I don't know, the ability to use or manifest ki like in Dragon Ball Z. Though I think probably my number one ability, or something that I would actually like to use and, you know, actually enjoy using, would be alchemy. You know, that whole you know thing with like equivalent exchange, because alchemy isn't something that's totally overpowered. You know, there's drawbacks to it, and that's one of the it's a more realistic power to have, because, you know, it's something that you could implement, but you would have to, you know, weigh in the consequences and, you know, the repercussions of what you were doing with it, because it's such a dangerous ability, but, you know, it's so useful at the same time. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with alchemy, because you can pretty much transmute any material. You know, if you've got the ability to use alchemy, then you can pretty much use any material and, you know, bend it to your will. Especially if you want to turn coal into gold, you know, even though that's illegal technically. You know, I think alchemy is a really versatile power to have. And final question: what 2015 release are you most looking forward to? There's quite a few Tezuka titles being released this year. This month we're actually getting Captain Ken, which was Kickstarter from last year, successful Kickstarter. I'm currently backing Tezuka Kickstarter for Clockwork Apple and Brave Dan, so I'm looking forward to the releases of them. I'll agree with you that I'm looking forward to Tokyo Ghoul, simply for the fact that I've heard it compared to Parasite a lot. There's, you know, a lot of comparisons between those two series. I'd like to, you know, be able to see that myself, and it's another seinen series as well. That's got quite a lot of recognition. You know, I always like to hear when a seinen title gets, you know, massive popularity, because there's not really many seinen titles that have got like that, you know, massive popularity, that like shonen level of popularity, I guess you could say. There's a few things here and there on my wish list as well. Nothing that really comes to the top of my head right now. I'm looking forward to more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you know, coming out in, you know, the hardcovers. I'm looking forward to the hardcover release of Buddha. Well, I'm not even sure if it's getting reprinted in hardcover. I just know Vertical are doing a reprint of you know, the Buddha manga that they had. I'd like to see some more hardcover manga in general, because, you know, it just lasts longer. You know, it's more durable. But as for actual releases, yeah, I guess I could just say with those. So yes, thanks for tagging me anyway. You know, it was enjoyable answering those questions. You know, I'm not going to tag anybody, you know, individually. I've just tagged individuals on my last tag video, so I guess I could just say, you know, if you're watching this video, consider yourself tagged. If you're a content creator and you're watching this video, consider yourself tagged. Even if you're not, you know, then you know, feel free to, you know, answer the questions, you know, in the comment section below. I'll include the questions, you know, in the description box. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, bye.